Bringing you the latest from around the world, this is NNC, Neural Newscast.
From our digital news hub, this is Andrew Lindbeck. It's November 5th, 2025. Here are the headlines. A closer look at policy and politics. The Supreme Court hears a case testing how far a president may use national security authority to impose tariffs under Section 232 of the Trade Expansion Act, according to AP and Reuters. Cassandra Joyce joins us with the latest.
The justices pressed lawyers today on whether Section 232 gives the White House too much latitude to levy tariffs without Congress, Reuters reports. Government attorneys argue presidents need speed and flexibility to respond to threats. Critics, including trade groups and lawmakers in both parties, tell the court the statute is too broad and invites abuse, according to AP. Supporters say markets move faster than Congress and national security risks can escalate quickly. The case caps years of fights over presidential authority in trade and national security. A ruling could reset how presidents invoke Section 232 to tax imports. This is Cassandra Joyce for Neural Newscast.
Key justices also expressed doubts about relying on a 1977 emergency statute to justify tariffs, Reuters reports. Monica Kellen has more on this.
The Supreme Court hears arguments on whether President Donald Trump lawfully used a 1977 emergency law to target trade measures affecting dozens of countries. Several justices question stretching emergency powers into tariff policy, according to Reuters and AP. The administration says the steps protect national security and U.S. industries. Business groups call it executive overreach that raises consumer costs. Supporters counter the tools are necessary against unfair practices. Legal scholars say the case tests Congress's limits on presidential emergency authority and could narrow how future presidents cite emergencies for trade actions. This is Monica Kellen for Neural Newscast.
AP projects Abigail Spanberger wins Virginia's governor's race, becoming the state's first woman to hold the office after a campaign focused on jobs and abortion access.
Hey there, this is Chad Thompson, founder of Neural Newscast. If Neural Newscast helps you feel more informed, I invite you to explore more of what we do. For all our shows, including deep dives and special reports, visit neuralnewscast.com.
Samuel Green explains how a court-ordered map just shifted power in Mississippi's House.
Democrats break the Republican supermajority in the Mississippi House after a Tuesday special election, AP reports. The vote follows court-ordered redistricting meant to give black voters a stronger voice in Jackson, according to court filings. The new map creates additional majority black districts and reshapes several seats. With the flip, Republicans still control the chamber but lose the margin to pass some measures without Democrats. Lawmakers now face tighter votes on taxes, education, and voting rules. Civil rights groups call it a long overdue correction, after decades of underrepresentation. This is Samuel Green for Neural Newscast.
Democrats notch major wins in the 2025 off-year elections, AP reports. They capture governor's races in Virginia and New Jersey and pass a California redistricting ballot measure. The results expand the party's governor's map and signal voter comfort with their message. Turnout runs strong in suburbs and among younger voters, according to state officials. Republicans still hold key legislatures but face new maps and tighter margins. Party leaders now test how these results shape 2026 strategies, fundraising, and candidate recruitment. One strategist says the night resets expectations. This is Ethan Wells for Neural Newscast.
Democrats tout momentum after Tuesday's wins in Virginia and New Jersey, while Republicans argue off-year electorates are smaller and more urban, AP and Reuters report. Analysts say debates over abortion access, taxes, and public safety shape turnout. Gopi officials say messaging will sharpen heading into 2026. Democrats argue their coalition widens in suburbs and cities. Strategists in both parties now watch fundraising, recruitment, and map changes that could tighten key races next year. This is Laura Navarro for Neural Newscast.
International headlines coming up.
Israel receives another coffin with human remains from Hamas, intensifying efforts to identify the dead, according to the Israel Defense Forces and Reuters. Military officials say forensic teams are testing whether the remains belong to a hostage taken from Israel on October 7th. If confirmed, 6 other hostages are still believed held in Gaza, officials say. The transfer follows earlier handovers of remains and limited releases during pauses in fighting. Families press for answers and a full accounting. Israeli authorities say they will notify relatives once identification is complete. Hamas provides no details on the person or circumstances of death. This is Monica Kellen for Neural Newscast.
France moves to restrict access to Shein's website after a sex doll scandal, AFP reports. Prime Minister Gabriel Attal orders regulators to act as the Chinese fast fashion giant opens its first Paris store. Police manage chaotic scenes at the June 2024 launch with long lines and crowd control barriers. Officials say some dolls resemble minors and violate child protection laws. The government frames the step as defending public morals and consumer safety. The decision adds strain as Shein expands across Europe. This is Thomas Golding for Neural Newscast.
Turning to the economy now. Trade tensions disrupt chip supplies, prompting European automakers to scramble for semiconductors and diversify sources, Reuters and industry groups say. Climate change and sustainability headlines. An atmospheric river brings heavy rain and damaging winds to California, Oregon, and Washington, forecasters at the National Weather Service say. A look at research and innovation. 2 bright flashes on the moon are likely meteoroid impacts captured by a Japanese astronomer, according to AP and researchers. Now, let's check in on sports. Inter Miami will miss Luis Suarez in a decisive MLS playoff match, leaving Lionel Messi without his key partner, the club says, as MLS.com reports. Thanks for tuning in to Neural Newscast. For full stories and breaking updates, visit neuralnewscast.com and follow us on your favorite podcast platform. I'm Andrew Lindbeck. Until next time.
You've been listening to Neural Newscast, AI-powered, human-reviewed. For past episodes, visit neuralnewscast.com. At Neural Newscast, we mix real voices with AI-generated ones to bring you fast, high-quality news. Every story is created with AI but reviewed by humans to keep things accurate and fair. While we do our best to prevent mistakes, AI isn't perfect, so double-check key facts with trusted sources. Want to know more about our AI process? Head to nnewscast.com.